right. This is our planer. The bus planer was built in, where does it say? Look it on the front. It tells where it was built. It says Bus Machine Works, Holland, Michigan, USA. Probably built in 1948 or so. Right now is 2007. How many years ago was 1948? Almost 60 years ago, 59 years ago. It's a long time. This tool, solid, nice tool. We have a minimum length requirement. We can't have anything under 14 inches. Is there a maximum length? Is there anything too long for this tool? No. As long as we have the room, the only thing stopping us from putting a 40-foot piece of wood in here is the wall over there, or maybe the portable classrooms out there. But there's no piece too long. There is a maximum thickness. You can't plane anything over 8 inches thick. That's thick. So when I talk about this tool to another woodworker, I would say we have a bus planer that's 30 by 8. What am I describing? I'm describing the width, 30, and then 8 inches, which is the maximum thickness. That's how you would buy a planer. If you went out and you bought a DeWalt 16 by 3, it would be able to take a 16-inch wide piece of wood up to 3 inches thick. Okay, those are the maximums. They never give a maximum length. Never. Because there is no such thing. As long as you have room in the world, you can run along a piece of wood. Does it matter? No, the machine's going at a certain speed, the blade's rotating. It really doesn't care how long your piece of wood is, as long as you've got some room to work with it. Never put your hands underneath the board. Lay it flat on the table, then push it in. The rollers will pull it on the super table underneath their fingers. We use different parts of the blade. We don't want to use the very center every single time. It wears out the blade in the center. We can use the sides and make sure we mix it up. Maximum turn. Once we're set up, the maximum is a half a turn. It's the most we can take. Most of the time, we just do a quarter turn, and that's a 32nd of an inch. So stand back, let the machine do its work. Are you stronger than this machine? I wish you were. I got some good work for you to do if you were, but we're not. This machine is very strong. These two motors here add up to more horsepower than you can imagine. You're not stronger. So you pushing on your piece of wood as it goes in, is that going to make any bit of difference? No. So, like I said, if it gets stuck, where's the handle? You remember where the handle is? Okay, come and pull the handle towards you. Just reach under. Do you need to lean down and look for the handle? No. Just reach under, right under this corner, and pull it towards you. You can be standing out of the way and still pull the handle, right? Now when you set it, after your piece of wood, let's say you have to pull the handle and it pulls your wood through, everything's good, then what? Do you reset the handle before you put it in again? You should. You should push it back, not all the way, but you need to push it back. That handle's usually about straight up and down, maybe a little bit back towards the center of the machine. But if you push it all the way back, then those wheels, those rollers, are the same height as the table. And again, you're going to have the same problem. You're going to have to break the friction. And when you pull those rollers up, does it push it in your wood into the blade more? So your piece of wood's going to come out thinner. So everything makes a difference. Every adjustment makes a difference. So make sure you don't pull the handle way back, and then the next time you put it through, is this dial going to be accurate? No. The dial is accurate to the table height, not to the rollers when they're fully extended. So another safety. Any safety that we forgot. The minimum length is 14 inches. The maximum you can safely plane off or shave off is 1/16. Don't ever lower the table while the machine is running, and never look into the planer. Okay, the last question on the planer is that we plane with the grain. Never attempt to plane cross grain. If we had a piece of wood that was 14 inches wide, we'd never want to mistakenly turn it. We always want the lines, the grain, going this way, goes through the planer. That's how the blade is designed. It goes with the lines, with the grain. If you attempt to plane across the grain, it will take and lift the wood grain up, and it's going to really cause a problem. Not only is it not supposed to go across the grain, but when it does, it's going to separate that piece of wood. Has anybody seen Mr. Ricky do his karate demonstration? He breaks a board in half. Which way does it break? Does it break across the grain or with the grain? It always goes with the grain. Always. I mean, 100 times you've seen it. He breaks about 100 pieces of wood. If we were to take this piece of wood right now and try to break it this way, would it break? No. We take it this way, there's the lines, there's the grain. The weak points are going this way. So, can I break it? Yes. Yeah? Easy. And Mr. Bricky's still, good karate guy. Okay.
Good deal.
Yeah. If you hold the piece, I guarantee it. You hold the piece this way, you break his hand instead. Okay. I'm not kidding. Not kidding. Okay. I could not. There's no way you can break that going the other way. So it's all in how it goes. Same with this blade. It works with the grain. It is not intended to go across grain. This is what your board will look like. It'll take it and a bunch of these little pieces will come out. Right? So that's our last rule on the planer. Anybody have any questions about the planer? Anybody have one at home? No? I have two. I have a 14-inch and a 16-inch, but they're getting more common. They're not that much money, and they're really nice to have at home.